Y'all planning for this?
Welcome back, TPR Nation. This is your co-founder, Micah Shalansky, with another amazing episode of Tips from the Trenches. Now, as you probably know, I'm a financial advisor up in Alaska. I sit down and meet with clients one-on-one. We have a pretty large growing practice, which is phenomenal. We're bringing on new advisors. We have lots of clients, which is outstanding. So it gives me an opportunity to work just like you do, working one-on-one with clients. But inside of the Perfect RIA really opens up this other fascinating thing where I'm actually able to help other advisors. And it's fascinating to see some certain things that I wanted to show with you guys today. Number one, talking about a performance, right? I was reviewing some Zoom meetings of an advisor, that the client meetings that they had, just kind of going through those. And one of the things that I noticed right away after reviewing a couple of meetings is that they were changing how they were doing their meeting just about every time. They were asking different questions. They were presenting their information differently. They were presenting your value adds differently. And I thought that was interesting. I said, well, why did you do that? And they're like, well, I don't know. I got a little bored the way I was doing it. So I wanted to do it a different way. I said, great. Well, how was it? He's like, well, the meeting didn't go very well. I said, okay, well, quit doing that. Why don't you just go back to what works and just do it consistently? And he went back and did it consistently several times. And he said, wow, these meetings are much better. But then he stopped doing it again because it was boring. And we had to stop and say, great, what are you solving for here, right? Our job is to be phenomenal communicators to help clients deliver value. That also means we have a performance to do. And our performance is when we're talking with the clients, when we're explaining things. Now, when I'm sitting down with a client going through something, I don't care if 1,000 clients have already asked me that exact same question. This is that client's first time asking me, and I'm going to answer it like it's the first time for them, because it is. This is back to the Fred Astaire comment, right? About how he got out on the stage with so much energy every single time. And one news reporter was like, how can you get out there every single time with so much energy? And Jans, you've done this 1,000 times. Yes, but for those people in the audience, it could be their first time, and I owe them that performance. Guess what? We owe every single one of our clients that level of performance. So if you're in Surge doing 7-8 meetings a day, rock on, but you better be able to bring that A game level to all 7 or 8 meetings. If not, you need to tier that down, because you have got to perform at a level. If you find a way that you can effectively communicate something to clients and they understand the concept, they can take action and improve their financial plan, then don't change it. Don't just change it for fun. You really got to have a reason behind changing these things. So you got to be consistent. The other thing I want to talk about is you have to practice. You have to practice. Kudos to these advisors for recording their meetings and getting some pretty raw feedback from us on these. But one of the things you must do is practice before meetings. And I know advisors don't want to do this all the time. They say, yeah, they think about it, but they actually never do it. Talk to Jarvis and I, we will close our eyes and visualize before meetings. We will envision what we want to go through. And there was a very long period of time where I would audibly practice how I would go through things. In fact, before I have a new value add to deliver with a client, I will still practice that value add and that new thing, because when I show up in the client meeting, this is not for me to be my rough draft. This isn't the time for me to be a C player. No, they're paying me to be a rock star player, and I better perform at that level. And that means we practice for our performances, and we don't change things randomly because it was working and we get bored. So really, really important takeaways here. Number one, your stamina in client meetings. You got to make sure you're staying engaged, right? I watched a couple of advisors and they get kind of bored in the meetings. They're looking around, they're playing with their coffee cup, they're taking their headset off and rubbing their eyes. And they didn't really notice that. And I said, guys, that's huge body language issues that says you are not caring about, you are not connecting with these clients. This is a huge thing. Details matter. Then also, if you're randomly changing how you articulate things to clients every single time, does that really deliver the best performance? Yes or no? I'm going to say it's probably no, right? So how do you get more consistent to deliver more value to those clients? Even though you've said it that way 1,000 times, it doesn't matter. For that client, it could be the very first one, and it could be the most important thing for them. So be consistent. Practice these things. That is how you become a rock star. Until next time, happy planning.
Hold on before we go. Something that you need to know. This isn't tax, legal, or investment advice. That isn't our intent. Information designed to change lives. Financial planning can make you thrive. Start today, don't think twice. Be a better husband, father, mother, and wife. The perfect RIA, the